A popular question that I'm often asked the very first time I meet a new buyer is how long do I think that this process will take? Well, I tell them that it's a pretty difficult question to really answer because it really depends on them, depends with their budget, depends on what their criteria is and how realistic they are at the time that we're getting started, how much experience they have with their taste, and what we're really looking for. So what I tend to do is I tell them, look, buying a house is not a timeline issue. Whether it takes a week or 6 months or anywhere in between, it's really about finding the right home. So typically what I tell my clients is that let's just start off with a broad approach. Tell me a little bit about what you're interested in looking at, like what type of homes, what does your dream home look like? That way I can at least get a picture of what they're imagining that home to be. Then obviously I find out what their budget is, and then I'm able to kind of screen and explain if it's realistic in the cities that they're looking for. So typically what I'll do is I'll start by showing them a broad range of property types, whether it's a condo, townhome, single family, whether it's bordering the budgets between a townhome and a home. I may show them the pros and cons of each property type so that we can first identify a concept. Once we identify a concept based on their budget, based on their criteria, then we can go on to the next step, is which looking at the neighborhoods that have those homes. And little by little, we're gonna start clearing a path towards a focus so that we can really see the homes that they are really going to be interested in. And sometimes when we sit down with them at the very beginning, at the first meeting, that home search that they have in their mind may look completely different when we go out and start looking at real property. But usually what I like to do is start broad and then go forward. And that process, I mean, again, if I say on average, I would think 30 to 60 days is how long I typically see most people's home journeys take. However, I've had many experiences when I find a home on the very first day. I've had some at 6 months, I've had some in a year, and it really doesn't matter. It's really about finding the right home, and not everybody's gonna get to that focus at the same time. So there's no right or wrong answer, but you wanna be working with somebody that's patient, that's looking at you, trying to help you, and not looking at just trying to push you into a home. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out, and I'll see you next Friday.